Hey y'all, good morning. Thank you for tapping in for some real talk from the heart this morning. I'm sorry I'm coming on a little bit late, but I got off the treadmill late, which means I got out of the shower late, and then I had to do some other things. But hey, listen, right? We are reading through the Bible devotionally, prayerfully, 7 chapters per day. Reading through the Bible twice per year. It's about an hour of meditative reading, prayerful reading. And we're on our second time through the Bible in 2022. Matter of fact, we're just about coming down to the end now. Our 7 chapters this morning are 1 Peter 5 through 1 John 3. 1 Peter 5 through 1 John 3, which means we will be in 1 John 4 tomorrow. 2 John, 3 John, Jude, Revelation. So you can see, man, we're not too far from finishing our devotional reading through the Bible for the second time in 2022. This morning's devotion is from 1 John chapter 3, verses 22 and 33. And man, this was the passage that I found myself coming back to and spending some extra time meditating on and journaling. And so it says here, and whatever we ask, now notice all the plurality here, man. This is very important to the text. And whatever we ask, we receive from him, because we keep his commandments and do those things that are pleasing in his sight. And this is his commandment, that we should believe on the name of his son Jesus Christ and love one another as he gave us commandment. And so this passage again, man, I love it, because really, guys, it points out the simplicity of what you and I are called to, right? The simplicity of Christianity. And I couldn't help but think of even Acts chapter 2, right? Verses 42 down through about 47. Man, you see just, man, Christianity in its purest, simplest form, man. And these are the takeaways that I found here, man, because the question that came to my mind as I was sitting before my Bible this morning is, what is the Christian life all about? What is the Christian life all about? Well, we know who it's all about. It's about the Lord. But then secondarily, right, the first and second commandment, the greatest commandment, is you shall love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, mind, and strength, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself. And really that embodies, man, what Christianity is all about. It's not about just going to church, which is important, right? Going to church is very much a part of it, belonging to the church, not a building, but to the gathering. Listening to Christian music, Christianity is definitely more than that. That's a part of it. It definitely can edify us. It can, right, assist us in our praise and worship. But reading the verse of the day, not so much. We've got more time to give God than just the verse of the day. Wearing Christian t-shirts, man, y'all know me. I love to wear Christian t-shirts. I call it witness wear. Man, I love to just, sport that witness wherever I'm at. But listen, Christianity, man, again, in its simplest form, the simplicity, the beauty of Christianity is found right here in 1 John 3, 22 through 23. Prayer, man, it says, whatever we ask, right? That's talking about being in fellowship with God. That's talking about communion with God. And so a part of the simplicity of Christianity, listen, is just communicating with God, having a relationship with him, right? Hearing from him, right? Pouring out our hearts to him. Communication is a part of the simplicity of Christianity, prayer. The second thing, again, I mentioned it earlier, is we, right? One another, we, us, right? Fellowship with other believers. Fellowship with other believers, doing life with other Christians is part of the simplicity of Christianity. Man, that's basics, right? But it's simple, and I love it. The next thing you see here is obedience. It says, because we keep his commandments. That word keep not only means to obey, but it means to guard, right? So it's kind of twofold. Not only are we obeying God's word, but we're also keeping God's word, right? We're guarding it, not letting people dilute it or switch it up and change it, right? But we are guarding God's word. And so this is all, again, the part of the simplicity of Christianity. The next thing he says there is we do those things that are pleasing in his sight, right? Living to please God is, man, simplistic in Christianity, man. That's the simplicity. The next thing you see here is that we should believe on the name of the Son of God. The name there is the person, not just we believe that his name is Jesus or we agree that his name was Jesus. Listen, it's the person of the Son of God. And what's his person? Two things, Lord and Christ. That we believe on Jesus as the Lord and the Christ, So that's the next simplicity of Christianity. But then listen, and loving one another. And loving one another. So pleasing the Lord, believing in the Lord, but listen, loving like the Lord. Loving like the Lord is, again, just part of that simplistic Christianity in its simplest form. So, beloved, don't overthink it, man. Don't overthink it, man. You know, what's this Christian life all about? Do not overthink it. Do not make it so complex. And you will have people make it so complex, man. But when you boil it down to its purest form, man, you see here in 1 John 3:22 and 23 that it's simply about doing life like Christ. Doing life like Christ, man. How did Christ do life? He was in communion with his Father. He had fellowship with his disciples. He obeyed his Father. He did everything that pleased his Father. Of course, his trust was in the Father. And listen, he loved, right? He loved, man. And so that is Christianity in its simplest form. So this is the simplicity of Christianity. Let's be about that life, y'all. Let's be about that life. All right. Hey, the Lord loves you. I love you too. Man, I'm praying for you. Please be praying for me as well. I hope you have a great Friday. I hope you have a great weekend. And I hope you will be in the house of God on Sunday morning, man. God bless y'all. Talk to you later.